Wait a second. I think we're live. Yes,
Yes.
we are live.
Okay.
We are live. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Ni ma'am, di good afternoon na po, no? 12 na. And then good evening to wherever in the world you're tuning in right now. It's me again, Dardine. And for those who doesn't know me, my name is Dardine. I am nurse from Tagbilaran, Bohol, Philippines, and now working here and living here in the UK with my two boys, my fur baby who just turned 4 yesterday, and my supportive husband. And of course, I am an online business owner. And I'm now again doing my go live, and just like the previous ones, I cannot help thanking these people for saying yes to my invitation to be here in my go live. I have posted before, because I posted already about our I'm supposed to be interview with her, and thank you so much to everybody who's um and I understood the reasons why. I've told them I just to let you know, ma'am, I did go ahead with my go live then at that time with myself, and my business partners did come and join me, which I was happy. And
That's
because I told them if I were you as well and attending to that very special occasion, if I was able to do that, I would do the same. And without further ado, again, thanking this very lovely lady and another Bisdak from the Philippines. I'm very proud. I will let her introduce herself and all her success in this business, which just excite me. And I can just say, Sana all. One day I'm claiming it. It will happen to me as well. Miss Anne Marie, welcome.
Well, thank you. First and foremost, thank you so much for understanding. When I set
Mm.
that schedule with you and I was not able to come up, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, life gets into us and life is
Yes.
life. So thank you again, everyone, to all your viewers, to all my viewers. I'm also streaming in my own pages. Salamat. Thank you so much for coming in here. Share this live stream if you think somebody needs a little boost for today. Definitely, we're here for you. And we're not just talking about the business, we're talking about life. We always would compare this business to life. So my name again is Anne Marie Benado Wilson. I'm known as Mommy Ann on the Go in all of my social media platforms. I am a wife, a mom of two. I have a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old kids. I used to be a teacher. I'm a special ed teacher for 20 years. Yet, only 3 years in this business, I'm already able to retire. So now I'm doing this business full time. I'm helping my team, and I'm also a digital business coach. Yes.
Yes. Again, yeah, she was telling me like my face is familiar to her because I have personally met her in Japan when we attended the convention in there, and there's loads of people, and I'm one of those people who came and approached her to have our picture taken. And thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, that's okay.
yes, I have like yeah, I've mentioned to you that I'll be like asking you questions in here. I have a few questions that I'll be asking. And the first question, um, we'll be talking about like mastering or harnessing the storytelling and mastering social media marketing as we are doing the approach, the platforms we're using as because we are owning an online business. So where the approach will be all on the platforms in social media. So
Mhm.
how did you approach building your personal brand online? And what was your first step?
All right, so we are getting into it right away. So
Yes.
definitely, as what you see, social media nowadays, it will give us different platforms to really let us do whatever we want. In this day and age, gone are the days when you just want to be entertained. Gone are the days when we just want to scroll. Nowadays, social media is the best platform for us to make money, definitely, right? So honestly, even before this one, I've learned social media because I'm already here in the US, and Facebook used to be so popular in 2007, 2008, 2009, and that's when I came here in America in 2008. Back then, it was harder to have FaceTime or anything like that. So the only way I update my family in the Philippines is to really post something in Facebook. So I'm used to doing that. The main
Okay.
reason for that is really just to let my family know that I'm okay here and this is what the places I've been in and all that stuff. And then it has evolved to looking into other social media platforms like YouTube, because Facebook back then, well, even until now, would restrict you if you put copyrighted music and all that stuff. And um, when I have my back then when I had my YouTube, I wanted to do it because my family's growing, my kids are growing, and I want that to be the diary of my life, because in Facebook you can only what do you call that? You could only share this much. And then
Okay.
it can evolve again. So during the pandemic, that's when I was introduced to this digital business. Back then it was obviously a worldwide pandemic, right? So everybody were so concerned, got affected in one way or another. And me, in my case, I was just staying at home because I'm a teacher. So I was doing virtual teaching. And I was also scrolling through Facebook. And that's where I saw an ad. I don't know if you have also been introduced in this business through an ad, but that's where I saw an ad saying that I could actually earn online and I could actually do it anywhere and anytime. And I can do it even if I'm already a teacher, even if I have other things that I'm doing. So that's how I got reintroduced to having this business as my platform, and social media was never a hindrance because for me, it's just like what what in the world, why would you care for other people to say something about you if that's just social media? If you know for yourself your goal of being here in social media is one, to earn extra for your family, and number two, to help other people. So that would scratch off anything that you think people will be thinking about you if you would just be focused on your goal. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's a reminder for myself though, because I am the opposite. I
Oh.
had yes, I jumped into this business, and then when I realized that obviously it's an online business, so we'll be like dealing with social media platforms and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a struggle for me initially. But thank you for that, like, kind of reminder that you know your goal is more important than what other people will say to you about you being in social media. I've
Mm-hmm.
mentioned before in my previous go live,
Mm-hmm.
classmates mom from from like high school and college were sending me personal messages like check your check your Facebook because your account might be hacked because from
Mm-hmm.
zero posting to three times a day posting
Oh,
when I
wow.
first started.
Mhm.
So but it's yeah, the your whys, your goal are stronger than your fear. And then I'm reminding myself that what's more important to me. And
Right.
thank you for that. And
You're welcome.
the storytelling. How does it play in connecting with your audience and your growing your brand?
Oh, definitely. It looks like you're asking me a lot about branding, and you're right. I actually won in our community. I won the 2023 branding. Best
Yeah,
brand.
because
You're right. If you have watched our mastermind, I always start my live with storytelling. And definitely that is because that's how you connect to people. Each and every single person, we all have our stories. And even when we put our ads, and that's how we make money, right? In order for us to learn and have other people know about us, and we put ads out there. Now, for me, I always go in live for a couple of intentions. It's either I just want to express my happiness, right? It's either I'm sad. With the last couple of days,
yeah,
basically last week, I was just so down, down with physical, like I was not healthy. I was really down with, I did not have a fever, but I was just so down. So when I was doing live, it came out, and something really happened in my surrounding. I have a previous student that passed away. I was so emotional. So that was my storytelling, right? When I do my live, I always have a purpose in mind that I'm doing this live because maybe I'm just sharing a story. Maybe I'm happy. Maybe I just want people to understand. I always would say that there should always be a lesson learned out of that live. Even when I am watching a game with my son, I always put a story to it. It's not just the game that I want you to watch. For example, they lost. The lesson there is maybe, the coaches did not pay attention to their team, or the team did not listen to what the coaches were saying, or practice make them a better team, or something like that. We would always connect it. The storyline of a live should be connected to what we're doing. And I love that we now have a purpose. Back then, I remember when I said, when I was in previous other platforms, it has different purpose. Now, my purpose here in doing live, in coming in here in all these other social media platform, in telling my story, is I am now telling you the story that I used to be the person that's like you, but now I can help you. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. It doesn't mean I'm all good. I'm all better than all of you. But no, I'm also still struggling. I'm also still learning, but I've also seen success. So if you want to put that in your head that we are still people, we are still human being, but if you see success and you're willing to share that to others so they could also learn from that and also be successful with that, then you have served your purpose in being here in the social
Social
platforms
media.
you're in. 'Di ba? Sakto?
Yeah. Kinakurikan. I've watched actually those lives that you were doing, just recently, and relate much na pod kay nagdrama na pod because you were talking about your grandma and all that, and my grandma also passed away a couple of years ago, September. So when you were talking, you're just being vulnerable, and there's nothing. I was watching, and I was saying there's nothing wrong with that though. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself, which then before I joined this business, I kind of like keeping everything to myself. And I was thinking, why putting it in public? I don't see the reason why then at that time. But now, as you said, you've got the purpose. You've got a purpose of telling your story online in different platforms, and there's nothing wrong with it. Now I'm looking at the positive side of showing yourself in social media, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Thank you.
Yes, by the
Um,
way, thank you so much to those that are watching in my pages. I see May Kine, right? Maryland Digital Consultancy. Thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, maybe you have questions for Darlene or
yes.
me, you can shoot that on the message or the comment section below.
Exactly. Yeah. And this, my gosh, Mamba ya Nino, she's more than ready to. No, I was talking. I actually invited Kate before, and she was on her lunch break. I was disturbing her lunch break, and you know, both of you,
Yeah,
when I was in Japan with your friends and all that.
yeah.
Anyway, you were talking about social media platforms. Can I just ask you, aside, because I'm only following you on Facebook, I'm not quite sure whether you use other platforms as well, and how, like, how effective are those platforms as well at the same time as
Right.
Facebook?
So I don't know if you have watched our previous mastermind a week ago. I was one of the presenter, and I was showing everybody how branding would really affect your storyline, your business. And yes, I am present in almost all of the social media platforms. Where you name it,
Actually
I'm
mentioned that, yeah.
there. And you could actually continue your branding by using, that's just one, using the same name, right? Just like think about Coca-Cola. When you think about Coca-Cola, the picture, the branding, the color, the script, even if you are from other country, you could identify that. It's nothing different than us. Like I use Mommy Ann on the go in all of my social media platforms. And you know as what I have presented in there, each of the social media platforms has their own let's just say, geography wise, they have their own people in there, different ages, and what they like and what's the trend in there, right? You do not need to put ads in all of those social media platform, but you need to be present. So that means if you need to make an account in LinkedIn, even if that's only for business people, go do it, put something in there, but put a picture of there, not in bikinis, not like when you're in Instagram or anything, but professional, you know what I mean? So you can actually have social media like Snapchat. I've never heard of Snapchat before, but now that I have a teenager,
You
I,
mentioned about you, yeah.
I know that I need to be in there as well. So I have my, what do you call that, emoji looking face in there. It's not even me, but at least that's how it is in there. And I've always connected my Facebook, my TikTok, and my YT, my Tube, with the same name. And there's actually ways to simultaneously do it all together. Like we are doing it live right now. We're doing live in FB, but I'm also live in YT, and I'm also live in TikTok. And that's how you
Yeah.
bring in more awareness. Just like this is a good story. If you know ABS-CBN,
Yes.
yes, CBN is a very big network in the Philippines. Growing up, I am always a kapamilya, and I'm not ashamed to tell that, right? All the shows I watch is from ABS-CBN. I guess because in Cebu, ang clear kaayos tanan is only channel 2, channel
Sa-
3 sa
Same on
Tatan.
our end, yeah.
So I think the provincials, because they have a very good signal, we always watch ABS-CBN. But in 2018 or 19, even during the pandemic, they got closed, right?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
were not able to. However, they survived because they already have TFC. They are already present in the Tube. They're
Online, yeah.
already present in FB. And look what happened. Even they don't have any franchise right now, they ended up binding all the networks together. They are now showing
Yeah.
their contents. So it's not just really the network itself, but the contents. They are now showing it to GMA. They are now showing it to Kapamilya. They're now showing it to A to Z. So that means it really doesn't matter where you put yourself. It's the content that matters. If ABS-CBN was really the best in making telenovelas, they can put their telenovelas anywhere. If they're really good with movies, they can put their movies anywhere. The same as us, as digital business owners, we need to stand by our branding. It's not enough to be just good in FB. Well, you could, whatever you put in FB, you can actually put that in all other social media platforms, right? Because you don't even know which platform is really trending nowadays. But the only thing that should always be present in there is you put essence, you put importance, you put value to what you say and what you post out there. So, I'm not sure.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, I hope it's okay daw mangutana kog kanang gamay nga personal
$5,
question.
$5, ma'am, basta na ay question nga ayun na, I hope it's okay kay kulang sa ana.
$5 gid oy kuan na lang ilista na.
Ilista
ilista,
sa dahon or sa tubig bakaha. O sige,
ilista.
sige. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just letting everybody know. Yeah, no, I'm going shout out muna di ay sa akong friend nga here. Yeah, watching live, and Jane and Jemishon. Hello, Dai. So, no, I'm just for those who doesn't know you that is not in the business. You are actually I know you from all the masterminds and all that I've been watching. So most of the people that are here already in our business, what na di kailan na sila tanan nimo. Kami kailan na tanan nimo. So anyway, for those who doesn't know you, just letting them know that you are one of the leaders in our community. And kuan lang sana asa man paingon. You know what, with the success that you're having right now in the business, you've managed to like let go of the job that you love to be, to be able to have that whole time with your family, and you own your own time now. You are your own boss. How does it, from um how does the social media has helped you to be, was it a big help, or were you having like others in our community have got the war market and all that? In your own like business, was it a big factor, the social media thing?
Well, definitely, definitely. Just like anything else, people are watching you. We even coined them as marites, right? So the marites are always gonna be watching. It's either you have a proactive marites or you have your nonchalant kind of marites. And we call that our warm market in a business term or in our term, right? It's way different now because even if before, you're right, I was in a professional setup. I was a teacher. I had side eyes before and say, "Uy, sige makag-live. Why do you do live a lot of time? Ano, nasa ni siya, ay, may pila na sa inyong videohan, na blah, 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 blah." They were comments and all that. But now that I'm retired, others had expressed that, "Oh my goodness, you're so nice. Oh my goodness, I wish I had I'm retired like you too, blah, 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 blah." But I know others are secretly checking on my profile and say, "Asa naman sa ni siya ni adto na sa Vancouver? Hala, tuwa na sa Asia. Unsa na sa kay gibuhat ani niya?" Because those were the people who judged me before. And if they are cool enough with themselves and come to term and say, "Hey, I said no to you before, or I ignored you before, or I did not even see your message before, or I did not even notice you before, but now I notice you, let me know about your business," then that's great. I actually have a few of them that became business partners now because they have seen my progress. But to
Okay.
those that are still watching, keep on watching. Gone are the days when I cry over those negative comments, those negative side eyes, because I know for a fact that this social media platform has helped me achieve to where I am right now. And then again, I would reiterate that my success is different from your success. You might be very happy, as what I've said. When I started this business in 2021, I was in a crossroad. I was in a crossroad of taking my PhD, which is my doctorate degree, as a special ed teacher. And then I have found this business. If I could have gone through the other route, I know for a fact that I would not be able to be successful in this business because I know studying for a doctorate
Yeah.
degree would, ask for a bulk of my
More of
time.
your time. Yes. Yeah.
Um, I would not be able to. I might, but it's not going to be the same level of success that I am experiencing right now. But I was actually assessing myself. I evaluated. Well, I love my students so much. That's a plus, 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 plus. I was earning almost six-digit figure. I love that with my job. Plus, 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 plus. Yet, I am guilty that I'm not able to give a lot of quality time to my kids. I'm not happy that every time I go somewhere, I could only go on a vacation on every summer, and that's very expensive to go to the Philippines because
Yes.
I cannot take
Yeah.
them out, you know? Or every time there's milestones for my kids, I'm not going to be able to go do it because it's always going to be a teacher first before a mom, right? So all those outweighed my decision to go on a PhD. Because why would I go on a PhD, be a doctorate, if I know I'm already stressed here working, if I know that's going to get me take away most of my time away from my kids, and I know if I will become a doctor in education, do you really think I would just stay in the classroom? I would also follow up with what I want to do. But that's not what I want to do. Especially in 2021, I really want to be with my kids. I really want to give more time with my family. I really want to secure their future. I really want to explore the world. So why would I go here when I know that it's just going to give me a hard time? Yes, it's going to give me more money. Yes, it's going to put in a good sound to my name, Dr. Wilson. Oh, it sounds so good, right? PhD in education, right? But then I'm going to end up having a daughter that will be in college that's going to be away from me. And they end up like, "Oh, I have a teacher mom, but she was not there with me the whole entire time, blah, 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 blah." Or I would not be able to come to my son's game. So I would rather get into much more of my priority and
Yeah.
the meaning of life. And I don't condone others, no, that they choose their career over what because that's what they love, that's what they will be filled with, whatever they want in life. In my specific situation, I want to be with my family. I want to earn an income that I could just stay at home.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my decision 3 years ago, I was already looking forward of my future. And that's what I want with our viewers to really see. Do not just decide of what you want right now. Think about your future self. Would your future self be thanking you? If the answer is no, don't do it. No, don't risk those years of doing something that at the end, you're eventually just gonna end up like, oh, I wasted my time with that.
Yeah.
Not really wasted, but really, does that even give you value and happiness? In my case, if I did not decide to do this business last 3 years ago, I would not be able to have retired this early. So, taas
Yeah.
kaya answer in every question, ma'am, no? So, pasensya na.
No, kuan kanang it just runs down to priority. Unsa imong personal nga priority. So whatever, it's not like one size fits all na unsay kuan ni tampulano dinha mo nay para it's really good for everybody. But
That's
it comes on like individual decision, individual um yeah, checking on what you really want, what your
right.
goal
And
and
you
everything.
have to deal and you have to play with the cards that you are being dealt with. Definitely. Because even if I would say, I will mo retire na yun ko, mo retire na yun ko, unya, I don't have enough resources to retire.
Of
Retirement does
course,
not
yes.
just mean like,
Yeah.
oh, gusto na yun ko mo stay at home. No. It's because the business had shown me progress, financial stability, and really showing me that if I will do this business full time, it's also going to give me more. So that's why I have decided on that. And definitely, I've always been a working mom. It might be in other people's situation. It might be they've always been a stay at home mom. Now they really want to work. So that's the goal that they want
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? So just do what you feel like would make you happy, because at the end of the day, it's always just going to be you. If your family will make you happy, then do it. If your career would make you happy, then do it. If just doing nothing will make you happy, then just do it, di ba? Si Juan Tamad, malipay man lang to siya maghigda. Di maghigda lang siya his whole life. Dili man taan na maka-force nila og move na maka-happy nila. So that's it.
I was about to be asking you this one, but I think you've answered this one already. Like, for top tips for the entrepreneurs looking to master social media marketing in today's competitive digital world, like what to do and all that. But you've answered it already. If you if you want to be just doing nothing,
Oh,
or if you want to be doing something to achieve whatever your goal is, then it's really up to you.
right. Sakto
Just
man ka.
just just
Ma'am
final
Darlene,
thing.
Ma'am Darlene, just imagine this. We came to this business with the same 90-minute free webinar. And by the way, if you're watching, that's always the start of our business. We give you free access, a peek to our business and what this one is all about. We were also given mentors and coaches, people that would not just treat us as a number. They treat us as people, they answer our inquiries, and they give us definitely support. And we have a community. When I started this business, there were only 75,000 all over the world. Now there's already 220,000 all over the world. That's the same structure, system, coaches, and mentor that we all have. The only difference is when we always say, oh, we have to give in our 10% of this business because everything is already set up. But it's different with each and every individual. Our 10% might be a quality of a 10%, or ang atong 10%, we might think in our head that that's already the 10% that we could give in, right? But I would always guarantee you, in order for you to achieve that time freedom, which all of us here, if not most of us here that are in the business, others might even say, okay, financial freedom, right? But you would not be able to have time freedom if you don't have financial freedom. So, given na siya, you could never have time freedom, quality of time, if you do not put an effort right now. I must say that again. It's an EFFORT. There's always going to be an effort that you put in the business or whatever you do in life. Parehas ra gunang mag-uyab-uyab ka kung imo nang i-ignore diha imong uyab mangita ginaglain, no?
Mabagal.
Pero kung nag-effort gyud ka nga you find time to spend with your uyab, you find time to know what your uyab likes, you find time to really be with each other, you end up developing something that's really nice. Eventually, pwede mo magminyo, right? And just like in the business, when everything is already shown to you of how good the business is, pero ikaw half-hearted ka to be engaged in the business, you don't even want to do live. You don't even want to post. You don't even want to put ads. You don't even want to listen to your coaches. You don't even attend meetings. Then how would you expect results?
Business one.
No?
Yeah.
Very simple, Ginasha. Very simple. Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, good gayo. And it's just all in, di ba? Dapat all in, and I'm telling myself at the same time.
Mm.
Thank you again so much for your time. And for those who will be watching the replay, um, some golden nuggets there that you can be taking from what Miss Anne-Marie has told us about the leveraging of social media for our business, for our online business. And for those who's not in the business yet, as Miss Anne-Marie has mentioned, you can message us and we can give you the access to the free webinar, that 90 minutes free webinar. And thank you again for joining us. I'm going to say bye-bye. I'm going to be asking Miss Anne-Marie to just stay there for a bit.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.